This week on Steel Horse Thunder, we're at Heavy's Bar and Grill in Canby for the first annual Steel Horse Thunder fundraiser.
Bikers are a positive impact to help people. Steel Horse is a big part of that.
Then we head up to a very unique situation. It's the Indianapolis Motorcycle Police spring training.
Not only are we teaching them how to ride a motorcycle, we're teaching them how to ride it as a motorcycle police officer.
How long you been riding?
Today is day 9 of my entire life.
All that and much more this week on Steel Horse Thunder.
They're probably going to get some sunburns.
I'm just looking good, aren't I?
Right, you're just looking good.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
When it's time to ride, we'll keep your mind where it matters most, on the open road. We get it. Ryder Insurance is the only insurance company specifically created for the motorcycle and ATV communities. No one but riders. Our specialized staff is here for you with great coverage options, discounts to help you save, and 24/7 claims reporting if something happens along the way. And with roadside assistance included on all of our policies, we've got your back wherever the road leads. We get it. No worries, just riding.
Family. We know it's important.
That's why our family mission is to protect yours.
If you've been injured in any accident, call us.
The insurance company may not be looking out for your family,
but we are.
Call us. We will get you the compensation you deserve and help you protect the most important thing in your life, your family. Leidendorf Law, your Indiana injury lawyers. Like family, because we are.
Hey, we're here at Heavy's Bar and Grill for the Steel Horse Thunder fundraiser. This year we plan to expand our horizons. We're going to cover some out-of-state rides. That costs a lot of money. So here we are at Heavy's Bar and Grill. Cindy?
We want to thank everybody for coming out and for all your donations. Let's go in and check out what's going on.
Let me just ask you, what does Steel Horse Thunder mean to you guys?
It just means everything to us. The fact that you guys get out and hit many different places, the benefits are just phenomenal. I mean, you hear it from everybody. You bring all of the events and everything that we do for other people, you bring it inside the actual people's home. And that's really the neat thing. People who can't get out or come to some of the functions, they got the comfort of their own home.
So you're here for the fundraiser. You rode your bike in, and I am just in awe of that because it was raining when you came in. You were soaking wet. Tell me about why you're here.
Just love your show, and got a little wet coming in, but I thought it was a motorcycle party, so I was the only guy that rode in, but that's okay.
Well, you know, you deserve a prize because you are the only one that rode in.
I got a shirt, so, you know, that's nice.
Well, I'm glad. Well, maybe I'll sign it for you. How's that?
I would like that a lot.
It's about great relationships, really, is what it is. And we want to help the community, whether it be funding disease research, helping kids, families, things like that. We want to show the community that the bikers are a positive impact to help people. Steel Horse is a big part of that, whether it be Rams ride or many of the other rides throughout the season. So we love to be a part of it. We'll always be here.
Right on. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the ride, the Rams ride. You guys always do such a fantastic job on that. It's always one of the safest rides out there, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hey, Coop, Sammy, I appreciate you guys coming out to the Steel Horse Thunder fundraiser. What does Steel Horse Thunder mean to you guys?
Steel Horse Thunder is the best for us, man. All of our guys watch you guys every week. The things you guys do to come out to help and just publicize what everybody's doing for these kids or any charity, adults, military, everything you guys do is just great. It brings bikers out, connects the community together. Just absolutely love you guys.
So Mercury, you gave us a basket today, and it was worth a lot of money for the fundraiser. I love your business. Can you tell me about your business and tell me about your personal life also?
Well, 2 years ago, I got out of prison. Didn't know what to do. I was on home detention. And instead of going back to the same old stuff, I've been off of, I got clean off of drugs in prison. I found myself, I went through a lot of programs, and I started messing around with jewelry. I've always loved it my whole life. And just got this, I started out with 25 little pieces. at a little bitty bar that set me up, and now I've got thousands of pieces, and I'm here to tell a lot of women and men too, you know, there's good hustles, not hustles, there's good work out there, there's good ways to make money. You don't have to get out there and do the drugs and go back to the same old ways. You can make it, and God is good. You guys do a lot of good things for the community. When I heard about this, that's why I wanted to donate what I did.
Sammy, I know you're very involved in Second Amendment and everything else. How has being with Second Amendment changed your look on things?
Oh, it's changed it majorly, especially for our charity rides that we do and help everybody out. It really makes you see what you're doing for the folks. It's just a blessing in the sky.
Well, it turns out the Steel Horse Thunder fundraiser was a huge success. And in the tradition of all motorcyclists and Steel Horse Thunder, we always want to give back. And so we donated 10% of our proceeds to the Gathering Together Hospice House. Cindy, we do a lot of stuff for children on this show, and I think it's kind of cool that we decided to do something for the elderly.
Yes, it is, you know, because they do need help also. And this was a great place. We covered a ride last year that was doing it for this place, and we're here today at the Gathering Together to help them. Well, Rita, we're here at the Gathering Together house. It is a beautiful house. Can you tell me what it is that you guys do here?
Okay, well, we invite people in at the very end of life. The last stage is probably a few days to a few weeks at the end of life, and we invite them and their families to come, and we take care of them until they pass, or until they go somewhere else, until they get better. It happens occasionally.
Well, that's good to hear, because you don't always hear that. You usually do hear that it is the case that they pass away. It's neat that you have the people, their family is also welcome to stay here. Do you have a lot of the family that do stay here with them?
Not as many as I had originally thought. We have families stay, maybe 15 to 20% of the families stay here the whole time. We recently had a lady here, and she had 2 daughters, and they never left her side. And we have 2 guest rooms upstairs so that the families can stay and be comfortable and have their own space. And we also have a second room in each of the hospice rooms so that the family or I can sleep with the patient and not leave them alone at night.
When we were here about a month ago with my mom, and Rita cooked for us, and one of the volunteers cooked for us. And they just ministered to us and blessed us, you know, and really just loved on us and took care of us.
You know, it is amazing, and to have your own family here and just hear what you've been through and everything. Now, did all your family stay here with you, or was it just you?
It was my sister and I, and we stayed, I would stay one night, my sister would, and then we could tell that my mom was going to pass soon, so then we both stayed the whole weekend together, and we were holding my mom's hand and praying her in when she passed, and Rita was right there with us, you know, praying too, and my nieces and stuff would come and just visit my mom a little while, and then they would leave. And it was very nice for everybody to have a neutral place. And it was very important for us to have a neutral place, you know, not in one of our homes or something, just a neutral place where we could just say our goodbyes. And you can just be yourself here. I mean, I took a jacuzzi, you know, and she wants you to. She wants you to relax and just do that. And so my sister and I have both got involved now because we want to give back. We want, not only financially, we've done that too, but we want to be hands-on and minister to other people, because not everyone has family to be with them.
Okay, Rita, I have to ask you, how did you get back here? You lived in San Francisco. How did you make it back to Plainfield, Indiana?
I'd never been here before. I was visiting a friend in Mooresville, and we went to church on Sunday, and I heard the voice of the Lord. I literally heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Come back here, this is home for you now." So I was on my way to a wedding in St. Louis, so that was on Sunday. I bought the house on Monday, and I think I flew out on Wednesday to go to the wedding, and then, you know, got back here. It's soon after.
Wow. So you're not even from here. You just heard the Lord telling you to be here.
And you know, it's the best place to be in the whole wide world. I am so thankful to be in this community. It's a wonderful place.
Laura, I just want to know what, on this beautiful day, what brings you out here to volunteer for work?
Well, we are a small group, a Sunday small group from Chapel Rock Christian Church, and we have had a Go Love Indy project through the years. And this year we're kind of doing individual things, and this is a place that's near and dear to our class's hearts because one of the members of our class spent his last days here. And so we've kind of stayed in touch, and when we found an opportunity to come out and serve, it was the perfect fit for us.
Rita has quite the ministry here, and we didn't even know this place existed until the classmate was Randy, and his sister Linda had done some work fundraising, and so she knew about it, and so she got with the family, got with Rita, and got that set up, and then we became acquainted with it through there. And so this last month has been a service project month for our church, and so the first thing we thought of is let's do something for the gathering together so we can help them out.
My original vision was that this whole house was going to have people all over the place and people sleeping on the couches and on the floor and sleeping bags because everybody would just come for, you know, Grandma's final days. But it doesn't really happen that way, but just in case. And there have been times when everything's been full. And those days I love. Those days really are very heartwarming for me.
Well, Rita, today we have a presentation for you. We did a fundraiser a few weeks back, and we raised $9,750, and we want to round up and give you a check today. So for the gathering together, and Scott has the check for her, and we just thank you. After talking to all the people here today, I am just amazed at what you do, the work that you put into this house, and the work that you put into everybody's lives for it. And I was almost in tears talking to the lady that her mother stayed here, and it just amazes me what you do. And we want to just thank you for that, and thank you for everything you're doing in this community, and for all the volunteers that come out and help you. So here's your check.
Rita, I'm going to hand you a check. This check is for $1,000. We want to give 10% back of what we got. This check, even though it's coming from Steel Horse Thunder is not just Scott and Cindy. Steel Horse Thunder is the entire motorcycle community around here. All these people came out and they gave, and that's why we're able to give to you. So this check here, it's not just from Steel Horse Thunder. This is from the entire motorcycle community, and we just want to bless you and thank you for the work that you do here.
You've seen our firm on Steel Horse for a decade. We've been a main sponsor trying to give back to the biker community through sponsorship of rides, safety tips, and charitable contributions. I'm Mark Ladendorf of Ladendorf Law. If you're in an accident and need an attorney, call me. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Now let's take a look at the Southside Harley-Davidson Woman Rider.
So Cindy, how long have you been riding this bike that you have here?
This bike here just today, but I've been riding for several years, close to 10.
So what kind of bike do you normally ride?
Normally a Fat Boy, yeah, but this is pretty close. It's a Heritage. It's an 04, and it's really souped up, so I like it better than the Fat Boy.
It's a pretty nice bike. Are you going to buy it off the guy that you're borrowing it from?
I wish, but he ain't coming up off of it anytime soon, so that's probably not going to happen.
Well, you are a woman rider. Did you go through the course to learn to ride, or did you just do it on your own?
I went and rode for several years without the course, but then I went on the course, and I wish I'd have did it many years ago.
I understand, because they teach you a lot, don't they?
Yeah, it's amazing the things you think you know, and then when you go through the course, the things you learn.
Yeah. So do you have a lot of rides planned to, bucket list, whatever, the big rides, little rides, whatever?
No, not really. We just ride as they come.
You just do a lot of the charity rides, not any of the big rides.
We do a lot of the charity rides, and we do a lot of other things also for the other people that are having events, just to support their things also.
That's great. I like to hear that, because we all need to support each other, and that's good.
Yeah, we enjoy it, and we enjoy what we do. We love what we do, and we always have fun.
That's great. So do you have any charity events that are going on? I mean, today's the April Fool's Ride, of course, but is there any other events that you are going to or plan on going to in the near future?
None right off the top of my head, but we do have yearly rides, junior diabetes, and the blind school, and those rides are all near and dear to our hearts, so we look forward to them every year.
Well, that's cool. Well, I'm glad that you're riding today, and I wish you were on your own bike, but you are a woman rider, and you do ride a lot, so that's a great thing. So you have a good time today. Try to stay warm, because it is a little chilly.
It is, but it's worth it.
I saw you come in here and saying your fingers were freezing, and I'm glad I'm not riding today because of that reason.
Yeah, they were a little cold, but I got some new gloves. I think we're going to be just fine.
So as most of you know, we've been affected by suicide, and we have a big ride coming up. Lisa, can you tell me about this ride?
The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Indiana chapter is hosting the 5th annual Ride to Silence the Stigma for Suicide Prevention and Mental Health Distress Awareness on May 17th. Registration starts at 11 a.m., kickstands up at 12:15-ish. Harley-Davidson Northside will be providing hot dogs and hamburgers before the ride, and then we'll be here at Heavy's after the ride.
Well, it's going to be amazing, because I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that it will get bigger and better every year. This is a ride that has totally affected us, and we are supporters of this ride. So I want everybody to come out, and sponsors, and I would love for everybody to come out and share with us for this ride. So thank you so much, Lisa. Is there anything else that you would like to say about the ride?
Well, we certainly want people to ride for loved ones that they've lost by suicide, but we certainly want people to ride if they've had lived experience, which is an attempt survivor or anyone that lives with mental health concerns or illnesses.
Some people say true beauty comes from within. At Crambo's, we think beauty can be inside and out. Along with the best paint and body work in the state, Crambo's also offers all Harley motorcycle service work, from tune-ups to rebuilds, so make sure your bike looks as good as it runs and bring it on in to the only shop that treats your bike as good as we treat our own. Crambo's. We'll get you noticed.
The choice we make often affects our family and future. For most, riding is a choice easily made to escape life's daily routine. Accidents can happen to the most seasoned rider through no fault of their own. Make the choice to select a seasoned attorney if the worst happens to you and you are involved in an accident with injuries. Ladendorf Law has been representing injured bikers for over 34 years. Call us first. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
All motorcyclists are invited to the 22nd Annual Miracle Ride benefiting Riley Hospital May 30th and 31st. On Saturday, polka runs from around the state will bring the riders to Main Street and the town speedway. And Sunday, the big ride starts at Allison Transmission. Don't forget, the Miracle Trail Riding Race is June 6th and 7th. Miracle Riders have donated more than $4.4 million to Riley Hospital since 1994. Get all the Miracle Ride details online at miracleride.net. Ride with us and make miracles happen for the kids at Riley Hospital.
Hey, we're always looking for something new to cover. Well, I think we may have found it. We're out here where the motorcycle police are out here doing their training. And so let's find out how the best riders in this state, let's see how they learn how to do what they do. Hey man, I'm here in Indianapolis. I'm at a parking lot with cones everywhere, police officers everywhere, motorcycles everywhere. Brett, what exactly is going on today?
We are currently going through 2 phases of our training. We have new motorcycle officers that are here today being trained for their first time, and then we have the veteran motorcycle officers that are back for yearly recertification.
How long have you been doing this?
Wow, 33 years on motorcycles. It's a long time.
That's pretty amazing. Now, I know, you know, there are veterans like you, but there's also some new people here, correct?
Yeah, we have brand new guys out here. Actually, a couple of the new officers have never ridden a motorcycle before. So not only are we teaching them how to ride a motorcycle, we're teaching them how to ride it as a motorcycle police officer.
All right, well, we're going to go find some of these people, do some talking, and thanks for inviting us out.
Our pleasure. Glad to have you here, Scott.
Sergeant Curtis, I know you're kind of the man out here. Can you explain a little bit of what these officers are going through with their training session out here?
Well, we stress safety first. So we bring them out, and like I said, 4 of the students have never ridden before. And as an instructor, when I came through, I didn't know how to ride. But the good thing about that is you don't have bad habits to break. And so we take them through and we show them how to safely operate this bike. But what we teach is enforcement riding. But they can use all that we teach them for their personal bikes also, because it's just safe riding. It's what it is.
Hey David, I know there's like cones everywhere. It's hard for me to kind of visualize exactly what everybody's doing out here, but I know everything out here symbolizes, you know, everyday stuff for these guys. Can you tell us a little bit about what each thing is symbolizing?
Yeah, what we do is we train the guys to where everything becomes muscle memory with using their brake, their throttle, and their clutch, and also moving their head and eyes in the direction they want the motorcycle to go. So the different exercises, it trains them to, as they're driving, you know, if they have a vehicle pull out in front of them or a child should step out in front of them, they're able to look and without thinking, using the muscle memory, they're able to just maneuver the motorcycle out of the way. That way they're moving to a safe spot.
Hey Matt, now I understand you're out here training on the motorcycle here. How long you been riding?
Today is day 9 of my entire life.
Day 9 of your entire life. What made you decide to do this?
When I became a cop, one of the things on my list was becoming a sickle officer. Seeing them on the bike and how good they looked, and just as a unit, how sharp, and wanted to be a part of that.
So 9 days into it, what are you thinking now?
Everybody said when I started this training, this would be the hardest, funnest training that you'll ever do. And I have found that to be completely true. You know, not enough ibuprofen and Tylenol for the sore wrists and forearms, but every day is a blast.
You know, this is one of the easiest things on this course to do, and that ain't easy. Now, I noticed in the center, there's like a ton of cones, and I've been watching everybody weaving all over the place. What exactly is that?
We call it our intersection. It's basically, if you could picture that, it's an intersection in a street, and the intersection itself is towards the end of the training. Everything that they learn up to this point, they utilize all of it when they're in the intersection. Their head coming around to where they need to go. They're using their clutch and their throttle and their brake to control the motorcycle. Most everything we do out here is at a slow speed, and it's to teach the guys to maneuver the bike. That way, when they're on the street and they're riding, they don't have to think about it. It's just something that clicks, and you know, you see something coming at you, you move to a safe spot. Most people without that type of training, they usually fixate on something that pulls out in front of them. That's the reason why we have accidents.
I can't imagine what it must have been like when you came out day one and did this the first time to where you're at now. Are you pretty amazed with your accomplishments so far?
Yeah, I mean, didn't know how to turn the thing on. I had to have somebody say this is the on button, and this is the accelerator, this is the throttle. So it's amazing. It's one of those transformations that doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen, and then it does, and it's thrilling. So it's not from an instructor-student standpoint, but have amazing instructors who have done this, can do this, literally with one hand and two legs over the side. So they're very good at what they do, and they're very good at instructing us.
So how long have you been doing this?
I'll have 32 years this July on the police department. I've been on motorcycles 18 years, and I've been instructing the last 10.
All right, now everybody's out here. I know there's a lot of people just practicing and everything else, and eventually they're all going to have to do a timed run. Right. Can you explain how that goes?
Well, what we're simulating is you park someplace, you get a run, emergency run, and you go from point A to point B, operating the motorcycle safely, because if you don't get there, then you can't do what it is you need to do. So we time them to put them under a little pressure, but they have to go through each maneuver and then complete the entire course within a certain time, without falling, without putting their foot down, without running over cones, stuff like that, because in the real life, that's people you're running over, or cars you're running into.
And then as far as all these different individual ones, is there anything out here that's tougher for you? Was it the intersection thing, which looks really complicated to me, or the tight circle? The tight circle, to me, I think would be the toughest.
It's called the 360. Yeah, you have a 5-foot gate you enter. So basically, you enter it, and when you set your motorcycle up, what you have to remember to do almost immediately is get your head spun around where you can find that gate to get out of it. So you got to be. That's comes in with the trusting part of leaning the bike and getting your head around and find out where you need to go.
I know that was the first thing my head turned around when I saw somebody do it. I was like, my God, how are they doing that in such a small area? And then, of course, you guys had to show off and throw about 4 people in there at the same time.
That's guys with a little experience. You got to trust the guy in front of him, and they have to trust you. So.
Well, hey, that's going to do it for us this week on Steel Horse Thunder. I learned something new this week. I always thought I was a good motorcycle rider until I watched the police on their motorcycles going through their training. I'm not nearly as good as I thought I was. Cindy, did you learn anything this week?
I didn't learn anything new, but I did learn that the motorcycle community is the most giving of people, and we want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting Steel Horse Thunder.
Because of your generosity and our great sponsors of this show, we will continue to ride this year. And remember, it's not what you ride,
it's that you ride.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
What does a show mean to you guys?
I'll tell you,
we may want to redo that.
All right, so you're here for bike night. Sorry. You're not here for bike night.
You're having a good time. Everybody out there is having a good time. I went on so long, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Our horizons, and we just want to take it a little farther.
With us, and I don't like it.
Ready for coming out here, and that's why this week on Steel Horse Thunder.